I can't really, but I mean, technically, I suppose I can, but since I wasn't here last time,
Can't vote.
I really don't feel comfortable voting on the
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay, well, we can table that. That's not a big deal. So Carolyn, you were on with the ag.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
So we just need to fill Jonathan in and put it in the minutes for this one so we can catch the other people up.
So what happened at the, not to move ahead, Jenny, without you, what happened at the ag?
Actually, I was quite encouraged. I had expected total disinterest, maybe. I mean,
Do what you want kind of thing, yeah.
yeah, and some of that is because only 2 of the 5 members grow food. I mean, Mike Mahar and Doug Colwell and Jen Skrowski, do other stuff.
Alan's not on it anymore,
Alan
Sanderson,
hasn't been
oh, he
done
hasn't,
forever.
okay. Not that he grows food either, so, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's still doing squash.
Oh, he is, okay.
Squash and liquor. They were interested, curious. They had some good ideas. They especially commented, I thought, that about using a commercial kitchen for cooking classes because they had, I guess the farm in Hatfield, good stock. Is that what they said? And the cooking supply store in Northampton both successfully run classes. And Tim Norris said they're always full. Tim's another one who doesn't live in Whately anymore. And he's on the finance group.
And Yankee Candle ones are oftentimes full, when they did them,
Yeah, I think, I don't.
you know, they do them anymore. And I don't know.
Anyway, I thought that was good. They are receptive to sending out a survey if we develop it. They pointed out that they have a lamentable track record of getting things back. And which I had known. I think that's true of most committees. You could have to work at it. But they said they would follow up with people that they thought might be interested. And they were, what's his name, Eric Devick, who's up in West Whately by the chapel.
Okay.
He's an organic food farmer. And he's the one who asked the question about economics and what would the cost of this be and how much value added would there be, which of course is too complicated a question to answer in a time, even if we knew we were going to charge for rent, it's got to do with all the other costs. What kind of packaging you have and what other ingredients you need and whether you have to pay somebody to do it or not. So one thing that Mike Mahar got all excited about is, wow, you mean somebody could be there Friday nights turning out pizzas? I said, yeah. He said, that would be fantastic. So, I think they saw maybe more general creative opportunities and they were interested. They did suggest we talk to other farm organizations and CISA and MDAR. MDAR is MDAR, Mass Department of Agriculture. John Devine is a contact there. He's still there.
What were the 2 again?
CISA, CISA, and MDAR, Mass Department of Agriculture. They have a branch in Amherst, unless the Trump administration, that was one of the ones they were closing.
I think
I don't know.
in Amherst. I have a close family friend who is still working there, but I think most of the people who work in the office took the leave package when it was offered.
But. And what else?
The only other thing is that I remember is they gave us the names of 2 other places that have cooking classes to talk to. One was in Sunderland, one was in Hatfield. And they said surveys haven't gone well from them, but direct conversations have.
We're the Good Stock Farm in Hatfield.
Yeah.
And can't think of, they couldn't think of the name of the
I
story.
have it. I figured it out. It's in my,
It's in the same complex with Talbot's.
that I,
So that, different drummer.
Yeah,
no, that was the third one.
no, well, the other,
There was
those are the 2 that give,
there was the-
those are the 2 that give classes.
Okay,
The other
The other
one they
one
mentioned
had a
is Kitchen
kitchen.
Garden Farm.
okay.
They also have land in Whately. They
That's
have
what?
they have land in Whately too.
Okay,
They have their own kitchen. I think they said that they make their kitchen available.
okay.
I don't think they give classes.
What was the name of it?
Kitchen Garden.
Right,
Same size type of kitchen as we would be planning.
I don't know, it was written up in the Gazette and the Recorder not too long ago. You can. I would be surprised they're doing. I don't know that anything they're doing requires freezing, but I don't have it.
right. I just took note of the names for us
And
to
I
investigate
I
further.
checked their website once. And I didn't, the article in the paper didn't mention that they make it available, make their kitchen to other people. It was an article about this is how they get their value out of it. And they're a very aggressive, creative bunch. The 2 original owners have just sold, so I don't know. But they are the only farm in Whately that ever filled out their own APR application rather than leaving it to the Ag Commission to do, which and I tried to find out, and I wish Rich had been here. I don't know what the equipment in the Ashfield facility is. It's just kind of a throwaway on their building's website. By the way, we rent our kitchen, but it doesn't say anything about what's there.
The Elmers, the old Elmers, you mean,
No, it's the building that,
in Ashfield, who else was in
it was a
Ashfield?
building that's town owned, I think, that has office space and a kitchen in it. And Rich was all excited.
Okay,
Um,
the place I remember him talking about was what used to be Elmers. And
Maybe it's that, but
he and I have discussed going there at some point, but I haven't made it happen yet.
that's a functioning,
There was an article about Elmer's not too long ago that
yeah.
they were figuring out what to do next, and they had a new owner and.
They created a community something. We talked about it, so it's in one of our old minutes.
And Mycoterra, or Mycoterra, I don't know. How do you say it? They have a very extensive website about their mushrooms. But I didn't see anything on there about, please come use our kitchen.
So I wonder if both them and Kitchen Garden basically want sort of other farming community people that they know, or if they want some, I don't know. We
I
should,
thought that somebody said that Mycoterra is
Yeah.
working with,
hummus.
Yeah,
That's, the Franklin County, frankly, co-op kitchen is the ones who told us that Mycoterra, and that as far as they knew, the only people also using it was the hummus.
Margaret Christie told me that they would like more users.
Nico Terra would,
Nico Terra, she's at CISA.
okay,
She's their director of special projects. And I will, if you guys like, I will approach her to see about setting up an appointment for us to, or maybe we could invite the head of CISA, whom I haven't met, and Margaret or whoever they think appropriate to come here, or we could go there or see what works.
I sort of think that we should invite those types, those two specifically, but what if we invited, the Ag Commission must have a list of farmers in Whately
Yeah,
and surrounding
I
communities
can-
that grow food.
I can send you
We
the
have
list
that.
of, well, for that matter, CISA does.
right.
Right,
I mean, all you have to do is, their website is buylocalfood.org,
Okay.
and, they have a directory. And you can search by type of farm and whether it's food or not. And they go all the way down to Springfield.
and the listing doesn't require membership to be listed.
I don't think you have to be a local hero, but I don't know, but it's certainly a huge list.
Yeah, okay. I just think that if we want volume, we need to invite people, those types of people to these meetings or to a meeting. But also there needs to be, it's no different than, you know, the telephone trees when you're raising money for your college. You gotta have a champion who's willing to pick up the phone for a couple hours and call people and say, hey, do me a favor, come to this meeting. Otherwise, they're not gonna come. It's gotta be personal.
I totally agree. I don't think we have the developed enough idea yet to do that, but I think that is a good action plan.
With all different stakeholders, be it ag or be it entrepreneurial people in town, self-employed people in town, there must be lists of all those different types of demographic groups.
Well, I have a spreadsheet that the Ag Commission did about 5 years ago that lists 41 farms at Whately and what they make. And I could circulate that.
That'd be great.
And we keep track of all businesses in Whately because they have to file their business certificates here. So we have a record of that.
We do?
Yeah.
Not just with the Secretary of State's office.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 new business owners this week come in.
If it's retail or if it's anybody. Cause I know I'm not registered in town of Whately.
Oh, you aren't?
Well, I think you'll find there are quite a few that aren't.
Yeah.
Well, someone was in literally last week to certify to get there because they had to finish business in Deerfield because they moved to Whately.
Do they sell something in Whately? I mean, do they sell a product?
Yeah, they're gonna be doing something medicinal. Can't remember exactly the details.
At any rate.
Well, that would be good. And then I did for something, a list of the self-employed people that I knew. I mean, it's people like you and Nicholas and, whatever, Skrosky runs the auto body shop and.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm sure he's not registered for the town.
Right.
Um,
I just think that if we know we're looking at some level of kitchen and some level of shared office space, co-working space, we should have a meeting and invite and really work hard at inviting those individuals in those groups, but then also work with the schools, plural, not just Whately Elementary, and see if we can convene a group of parents and really work to get them there, you know, work with the PTO of the 4 elementary schools or whatever. And say, is there a need for moms and dads who work on their own or, you know, for childcare support? And because I think that, and it gets to the point I was going to make about the RFI. We want to send the RFI to as many places as possible that we know and we've had conversations with. It's why I thought we should reach out to these organizations prior to the RFI, because then they're a target for the RFI.
There's nothing worse than getting a form cold, I think.
Well, right, 'cause you're not gonna pay attention to it. It's like getting, cold call emails.
Yeah.
The delete button works faster than it should, because sometimes you delete an email that you really should have read. But I just think that we want to maximize RFI response. And the only way to do that is to cultivate the relationships first.
They are
Unfortunately,
doing those meetings. I think they should be in the evening because
yes,
It's hard to do in the middle of the
yeah, it
day.
has to be. I mean, even if it's, now that it's daylight savings, even if it's like a 6 o'clock, so that people who don't want to drive at night aren't limited by the fact that it's going to get dark, that kind of thing. Not that our target audience is going to have a lot of those, but
Yeah,
it's still, I mean, it gets late. People want to do their thing. I'd rather go to a meeting leaving work than get home and then leave home again. It's going so, it's just, everything takes time. I had a talk, I had lunch on Monday with Paul Mark. And he's eager to help us in any way he can. But we need more defined plans.
Yeah.
And the calendar for available money, potentially available, doesn't necessarily meet up with our limited plans at this point. There's going to be a transportation bond bill. There's going to be an environmental bond bill. There's going to be an economic bond bill all over the next series of months. The transportation bond bill probably will come out in the next month. And that decision will be made by August 1st. And the trick is to get it into the bond bill, and then after that, work the administration to actually release the funds. Because they don't have to release the funds just because it was in the bond bill. And it's money that could be there, but I'm trying to figure out, and not to jump ahead if this isn't part of
No,
your,
go ahead.
and I want Judy here for this, but is there stuff that we know will need to be done regardless of purpose?
Yeah, that's where we started originally. All the exterior stuff. The roof. Repair the front steps. The windows, none of that's gonna change. And that is all stuff that would be eligible for historic tax credits too.
Right.
And the tax credits often take more than one application cycle to get. The problem, I think. So and Steve knows a lot more about that than I do, but those are things that I think we could be working on now. I can't tell from the estimates in the feasibility study how the cost estimates for the exterior work was derived. I'm not sure that they assumed slate, but I don't, on the other hand, that artificial slate probably doesn't cost that much, hugely different than regular roofing. But I think we need firmer estimates. I mean, I don't know that we can use the estimates in those cost studies
And why do we pay for it if we?
to get a general idea, but
No, but specificity.
We didn't pay
We
very
didn't-
much for
we
them.
didn't pay for that.
I mean, the whole
National
feasibility,
Trust, and the whole thing cost 28,000
yeah.
and the town picked up a quarter of that, so.
Well, but also, we know that there's gonna need to be parking. I mean, it's always struck me, because I didn't think about it until someone mentioned it in this group. The perpendicular parking going into the hill on the curve from Chestnut Plain going into Christian. Regardless of use, that's gonna have to be done.
Mhm.
Regardless of use, there probably should be parking put in front of the cemetery rather than having people park on a bunch of grass all the time. So I just wonder whether certain infrastructure pieces are gonna be required regardless. Yeah, and then, I think the state in a bond bill, I don't know which one, maybe probably, I don't know which one, would pay for or could pay for the kitchen infrastructure.
So there are pathways and there are avenues.
Well, the one-stop the abandoned building grant, I forgot, that's not quite the right name, but
Underutilized.
Underutilized.
Yeah.
Municipal.
if you have a partner and if you have good estimates, that would be huge for the kitchen, because that's an economic development,
What kind of partner for that?
somebody to run it.
Okay.
I mean, we got turned down last time because we didn't have an operator. And we didn't have a firm plan. I mean,
Right,
we didn't
right.
have anything. But they want to know that this is viable, or that at least that it's further along than just the town wishing.
Well, let me ask a question. Given the fact that the Franklin Kitchen said, a lot of farmers encouraged us to do this and then actually didn't use it, are we confident pursuing a kitchen? Or do we feel like we need to research that first more?
Well, I think that's why we're doing the RFI, so we can actually gauge interest in any of the options. But we need to find partners to send the RFI to and sort of talk about our project, talk about what's interesting. And then when we go from there, we can have really solid plans. But I do agree of we should, in addition to the RFI and looking for partners, thinking about what work needs to be done anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's where we started before, because all the exterior work
Right.
is not going to change, and it needs to be done.
Roof
And to
masonry.
your question, I think the farm part doesn't have to be a huge. I don't think it has to carry the kitchen. You look at caterers and food trucks and cooking classes and individuals. Kathy was the one who thought we could become a food truck mecca.
Mhm.
And that's certainly, you look at all the restaurants around here that are evolving, like Bub's is food truck now. It's kind of a trend, and it's popular, and they get around some of the cost issues that are driving people crazy. So it's one part of it, but I don't think it's, and that's why we thought there'd be public interest in Whately, but I don't think it ever had to be the core. Hoyokamas is not a food farmer.
Well, and it's also the diversification, so that if one element of the kitchen is having a tough time, the revenue is picked up by, some of them might be the poster child these days.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I would suggest that somebody before the next meeting talk to Steve about what he thinks the historic tax credits involve. And what we would need to have to get those going. What you do is get a credit for you could write off 20% of the quote restoration costs. So we would need to identify those but again, it gets back to specific estimates.
But we still need to come up with the front money to pay for any of those repairs. That's really,
It's not repairs we're talking about. We're talking about total redo.
okay.
But that's what we're doing. We're applying for grants. But you need to have the estimates before you could get the grant.
A good estimate,
A
yeah.
good estimate.
Okay. Judy, as you're walking out, the other thing that I want us to consider, I think, is because it'll expand the number and type of grant that we apply for. I think that this, get permission from the select board, but this group should form a nonprofit now.
That's,
And then because, and we would serve on that nonprofit board until such time as we needed to find people who are skilled at organizing and coordinating whatever final output the center school becomes. I just think it'll open ourselves up to a lot of different opportunities if we have that, and it's gonna cost us probably $800.
I think we asked you to write up sort of the steps.
Say that again?
And I think last time you brought this up, we asked if you could write up the steps. for
I
doing
did, you
that.
did, and I forgot that. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I just
the other
think
thing we need to know is if we wanna send out a survey to the farmers, what the cost of a mailing would be, if they're like 41, and do we have the budget for that?
should we mail out a survey or should we call them? Or should we ask the ag?
Well, I think we could
Committee.
give out some information before we call. Yeah. Get them thinking about it.
I have to believe that a survey would be easier to do and get a better return if you sent it electronically and you had it online and not worry about the cost of paper. And postage.
That would be a good follow-up question for the ag committee.
Well, I'll send you that, the spreadsheet, and then I don't remember if their emails there.
Okay.
Or CISA has them, so,
Yeah.
Thanks, Judy.
okay.
Be well.
When I set up this appointment, I thought the meeting was at 10:30.
Yeah, sorry.
Um. So. I was trying to figure out how to be credible with asking for infrastructure improvement stuff now. Not that they won't, the transportation bond bill will not cover building costs, but it will certainly cover parking. You know, the sidewalk already goes there. There's not a crosswalk is there a crosswalk between the cemetery and?
I can't remember, there's the stop sign, but is there a crosswalk right
Yeah,
in
don't
front
get
of
me
it?
started on that stop sign. It's the most ridiculous stop sign I've ever seen in my life. That's me.
Is there, but that's what I recognize that and I don't remember if there's a crosswalk there or
And
not.
I walk that a lot when I decide to walk to the post office. So
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Okay,
those types of. And I can find time to sit down, or maybe you can, because you see him all the time. And I've never met him, the new highway guy.
Oh, Garrett?
Garrett,
Yeah.
What if something were to be put in there? Has he's seen the
Like a parking lot?
parking,
like in front of the library.
Yeah.
Just.
yes, just that kind of, right, along that curve, but also what else would he suggest would be beneficial, not just for safety purposes, but for access, for in being inviting
Mhm.
from his perspective,
Yeah.
and have him and give him the two scenarios
Mhm.
that we have, and what scenario, how would that scenario be different if you did have that childcare element, whatever that might look like? Because that is safety, obviously.
Yeah, I can do that.
What could we do with that driveway to make it more workable?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're planning to move it out, the playground stuff that's in back, you should be able to go all the way in, turn.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys know my belief that that back area
is the prime spot for
Oh, a patio.
a patio.
That's great. I've forgotten that.
And I could be completely wrong,
You could, well,
but I just, again, I'm not opposed to putting a beer and wine license in there and letting the kitchen figure out how to make it a serviceable thing for 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I think one of the things that I have been thinking about when Judy mentioned, I forget what now. Oh, the pizza thing
mhm.
was making it a venue for like Friday night flicks. And then you definitely want drinks and some food,
That's a nice idea, yeah.
to build, and I think you would get community support for building things that create community.
Yeah,
But it's more work on the nonprofit and whoever's hired. I get that, but that's their job. I just think that the more I think about it, that back area will be inviting. And the kitchen's wide as works.
yeah,
Cause I don't think the shared office space alone
yeah.
will have enough interest to carry it. I don't know, but what to do with, and how big a space would you need for that type of a patio? Given the restrictions, given everything.
Yeah, there's no view from there.
No, and again, I don't know how many of the trees back there are ours and how many are Ann's
My guess is
or John's.
enough, I don't think John's turns to the left.
Okay.
My guess is it may be rows and that there's a row that belongs to the town and a row that belongs to Ann. So.
So you wouldn't gain any view and they're side by side.
That's my guess,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of making that up, but standing there looking at it from way back when we talked about making sure whatever we did wasn't gonna be burdensome to her, that was like sort of what I thought.
And we don't
Look at a property line.
line.
Right,
But we need to do something that's gonna work. And I think Quanquant benefits from a vibrant center street.
I totally agree.
If that becomes a cemetery, it's not as cool.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I mean, I think public bathrooms
Yeah,
for, bikers who wanna make multiple stops and
right.
people who will. I definitely think they can dovetail into each other.
So I don't know. Could you have that conversation with him? Like,
He comes in every day. I'll probably see him today.
so you can just do an impromptu conversation with him about it. Has he read the thing?
He's on the municipal buildings committee, so he may have.
But he may not
He's
have.
been in it though, he
He knows, like,
he
he's
knows
very,
what
he's well
we're
aware
trying
of
to do.
it.
Okay. Because that would be great, because I would love to be able to write something to. Again, the beauty of a bond bill is that it can just sit there. So if things change, it's not like an earmark that. I'd love to give him something concrete enough in terms of purpose and we just have an all of the above. Here's what we want to do. Here's what we're looking at. And here's what we would need from a road infrastructure perspective. It's kind of akin, I get the feeling, to the Safe Streets stuff that came, you weren't,
Like complete streets.
was it Complete Streets like 5 years ago, whatever it was,
Yeah.
yeah. Say that, something like that. But again, it can be, $250,000.
Mhm.
Which would satisfy those costs.
And get something moving.
Hmm?
And get something moving,
And get something moving.
yeah,
And get some support behind it, because I think a lot of the laissez-faire responses that Judy gets or whomever gets, and I haven't reached out, so I don't know. is because they don't see it moving. We've been talking about, you know, the select board left that building 10, 12 years ago.
Before COVID, yeah, yeah. Okay,
So that would be great. If you could just shoot us a quick email, what feedback you had.
Should we decide on the next meeting?
Yes.
date?
good, yeah. Um,
And Jenny, thank you for the reminder about that nonprofit.
yeah, I just think it'd be helpful for people to wrap their heads. Really good.
I'm also gonna ask Jess to update the website and make sure it has an accurate list of our active members. So like removing Paula, maybe I'll
Okay.
send an email to Becky. Just to see.
Well, I asked her specifically. I mean, if it's helpful to take her off, she won't object. Really, what I asked her was, did she object to us meeting during the daytime?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to, welcome her involvement. I don't want you to feel not included, but everybody else can meet during the day. How do you feel about that? Okay. Yeah, I can do. I think I can do any Thursday.
So next meeting, today's the 12th. What are you guys thinking?
What's your schedule look like?
Hmm?
What does your schedule look like?
Wednesday the 8th?
I don't work on Wednesday.
Oh, you don't work on Wednesdays?
Mhm.
Thursdays, the 9th is hard for me.
Yeah, I have a meeting right at noon.
Second,
What's that?
the second,
The 2nd, I can't in the morning. What about the 7th?
it's Monday and Thursday, right, Carolyn?
I work on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm here on Tuesdays. Tuesday works.
At 10?
Should work.
Did we push it to 11 for a reason?
Yes, my dentist appointment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Tuesday the seventh.
I would even do 9. So we don't break up the day entirely.
Okay. Here's the deal. We just say Tuesday the 7th.
At 9 or 10.
Yeah, I guess I would prefer 9, but
I'll be here all day.
Okay, I just need to do math. I do the. All right, yeah. I think, is there source of funding for masonry work that we might be able to access before we have a partner?
Before a partner, I mean, the underutilized properties funding is for any type of municipal reconstruction or development work. So I wouldn't say it has, like, it doesn't have to be masonry specific, but it's a really competitive grant.
it could be building rehab.
Okay, so but Well, can you have a conversation with Judy about, because what I just heard her say was she felt like we didn't, that we didn't get it last time in part because they really wanted more of a detailed plan.
Mhm.
And I guess, so maybe that's a reason not to ask for a huge amount, but is it, can we ask for a piece? And not wait till the next round? I don't even know what the timing of that is.
Oh, one stop, it's letters of interest period is right now. I believe it closes maybe the end of May 27th.
So yeah, so I think it's worth. It's worth asking them. This year, we're not gonna be a lot farther along in terms of partners at the end of May. So can you review with her what she talked to what she put in the grant, and I just feel like if we do a piece of it, then we can address starting to show some movement, get work on something, put out a RFP for the masonry or the roof or both, some, and they're related. So that has some value.
Yeah, no, I think that's smart to do if we can, I do think that if we can get an RFI out there
Mhm.
quickly.
Regardless, it has to be approved by the select board before we post it.
Okay, but can we get that? Yeah,
Yeah.
the only reaction I had to it, and this is a pet peeve of mine for readability,
Okay,
is that I actually like spaces, paragraph
okay.
spaces.
Yep.
Because otherwise your eyes just, everything blurs together and you just start to skim and you're not reading in depth.
Okay.
And if that means it's
I
a page or
agree with
two
you on that.
long, I used to read faculty members' proposals that they were writing and had to go through and I was just like, are you kidding me? You want someone to read this thing?
So I would just do that, but otherwise, and the site improvement work in terms of road parking, I think that needs to be added in those bullets. It's not just the building.
Okay.
Would you agree with that, Jenny?
I didn't read it yet, but
Okay.
I agree with that concept.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. At least I didn't see it when I was reading it. I read it pretty thoroughly. Like on page 2 or something, there was a,
Yeah, it's just separated out, like parking versus like renovation.
oh, it is separated out?
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
But I can, Luke, I can,
That's because he started
Yeah.
to skim because there were no paragraph breaks.
Your eyes really do glaze over.
I know.
It's amazing.
I
And it's not just
actually-
age.
I don't read well. I listen to stuff, so I totally get
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
But if we were to get the RFI out and we were to, can we set up a response field that in real time tabulates the data?
I mean, likely.
So if we have 2 responses, okay, here's what those responses say and summarize it. If we get 200, it's not 2 to 200, it's, oh, we're seeing the evolution of it. And I'm just wondering whether, and it can summarize and it can evaluate and it can, and maybe it's just putting it every time you get 10 surveys back into ChatGPT and saying, summarize this.
Mhm.
But if there was a way to do that, then wherever we are at that given time, when we need to submit for the abandoned, whatever it's called, then that's done as opposed to, okay, now we need to spend a few days summarizing.
Yeah, so maybe instead of like, and this was part of the discussion I wanted to have with the full group of like, instead of just having my email, like maybe the contact, like actually develop like a Google form or like a survey form that does that exactly.
Whatever makes it, as long as it's easy to access.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that eases your burden as well.
Yes.
Let me just say, Jonathan, maybe Stephen, I don't know, but, and well, Judy, Rich and I are not technological.
Okay,
I'm gonna say it that way. We won't come up with that suggestion, so don't hesitate
Okay,
to introduce that kind of stuff.
okay.
Because it's useful.
So that iterative stuff will be really helpful, especially if we want, because I do think that if we get some information from an RFI.
Mhm.
And it's gonna require really people pressing the flesh
Yep.
and saying, can you please do this? And not just a hope and pray that someone's gonna come to your Christmas party and no one shows up. Then maybe we have the detail that Judy thinks is missing. Maybe we won't, but we gotta do the work anyway.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we've got the 7th at 9.
7th at 9. And finalizing the RFI and how to introduce it to people is like our major agenda item.
And I can,
And does that timing work in terms of getting it out? Do we have to have a final draft, in our opinion, before we ask the select board to approve it, or can we
I
bring
think you
it to
can ask
them
the select
before
board.
the 7th?
I think you can ask the select board would they be willing to approve with small edits yet to be made?
Yeah.
I give them the draft,
That's, I think.
and please understand, blah, blah, blah. The other question I have about the select board. When do they next meet?
they just met last night, so they meet in 2 weeks.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah. So the 25th.
So I can't send a couple paragraphs to Senator Mark saying, hey, can you work on getting this into a transportation bond bill without that approval?
The RFI? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
No, he's talking about the parking.
I'm talking about, here are our goals.
I'm not the person to ask, but I'm gonna assume no. I'm
I'm
gonna,
gonna assume no as well.
Well, I think you can, change the question. You can say, I need to get approval to ask for this. You know, the select board needs to be the official ask for this, but can you give me some guidance on the details to tell them? Something like that, so you are asking him to think about it more without either you or he making any kind of commitment?
Well, again, he's just one guy. He can't commit to anything anyway.
Right.
He wants to help the town. I don't know that it needs to be a formal request because I'm just giving him language that his staff would then massage.
Mhm.
But I probably want that comfort for the select board to say, yeah, give them the language.
Yeah.
So and that can't be done in an email, probably get that approval.
no, because, yeah,
Yeah.
needs quorum.
And I just don't know the timing, apparently the timing of the bill is being put together. Like,
Well, we have to bring the RFI draft to them on the 25th. I cannot be there, but let's see,
yeah,
if somebody can, it's just making 2 things for them to approve. I don't see a problem.
yeah, just in terms of it may be too late. That's my only angst.
Okay,
But I can't do anything about that.
right,
Um,
right.
Can I be there on the 21st, right? 25th is this, oh, I'm on April, I'm sorry. 25th, Wednesday, the 25th, I could be there. It would be both the RFI and also I don't know how you want to word it. a conversation about road and infrastructure improvement request,
Yeah, and I'll,
informal / formal. It's not an actual proposal, though. They need to understand, I don't know, I think Joyce will probably understand. But it's not, they're not gonna, I can craft what would be written and I would be, but it's essentially saying, hey, Paul, from me, can you put this in there? I've gotten the blessing of the select board. And I'm gonna tell him that's what I have to wait on. And he will probably like that.
you know what number the bill is off the top?
No idea.
Okay,
I don't think it hasn't been dropped yet,
okay,
but it is transportation bond bill.
okay.
That the governor has apparently been very transparent about wanting to do.
Yeah, and I'll talk to Garrett about it too.
Yeah.
Because in theory, any funds for transportation go through his department.
Right, which makes sense. And he may
already have funds. I don't know what the,
well, he may also say, I don't want to do that I don't want my team to be taken up building parking spaces in front of center school.
Yeah.
I get it. But if he doesn't want to do that, then we have other issues.
Yep.
So, okay. I gotta go, you guys.
This is good, thank you.